program. It's been a game changer, an eye opener, and almost rare, to be honest with you. I know at the start of the course, I wanted to reach the 500,000 sale mark, and I think that's more than doable. Now I'm just thinking more about like the million mark. I mean, personally, I've done other courses in the past where, some courses were good. They gave me good information, but they were never as in depth as your course. And I mean, I'll tell you right now, it was definitely worth every penny. My name's Adrian Velez, and we run a outdoor landscaping business. Before joining the mastermind, I think the main issue that we were facing was definitely the lead generation aspect. We had trouble getting some leads. Before, it was referrals or just our previous clients that really, was helping pay the bills and, slowly grow each year. But in order to scale, I did see the issue with the lead generation, and I really had to fix that in order to start thinking about scaling and getting new machines and, just moving the business forward. What ultimately made me join the CMM course was honestly just having your back against the wall. Like, you're responsible for your workers. I'm responsible for feeding three other families apart from mine, right? So that was really the main thing behind joining this, because there's a lot of people that I owe this to, man. Like this, the company really isn't just for me. It's for all of the people that have put a little bit of their time into it, whether they were part-time, workers, or they're still working for me. Like, it was mainly that. I could definitely see this growing to a six-figure, 5 million a year, whatever it is. I could definitely see the potential in there. So it was just, that little risk that I had to take in order to get to the next level. Hesitations, maybe a little bit. I did have a few hesitations. Obviously, a lot of marketing companies don't have the best rep, around them. It's really hard to find, people that truly say and do what they say they are going to do. So, I mean, it was a little bit of a hesitation when I did first sign up, but once, the balls started rolling with you, with Eric, and, some of the weekly calls that I did take a part of, I could kind of already start to see the value in it. And I mean, I'll tell you right now, it was definitely worth every penny. You know what, man? I think the best takeaway from this course was definitely the insights on like the whole lead generation, how to set up the ads. But honestly, more importantly, I think it was the one-on-one with you, Eric, man. I feel like you were a condensed book of knowledge that I could just pick your brain here and there, and you always had some feedback for me. I know I didn't take too much of advantage of like the weekly calls and all of that with Johnny and stuff, but I mean, I know you just being around them and collectively talking to your team. A lot of the ideas get shared, and honestly, man, like everything, all the feedback that I got from you, Eric, man, it was very much needed, to be honest with you. I'm lucky enough to have reoccurring work every single year with my commercial accounts, but from what we've seen with the whole lead generation as up until now, and we are a little bit behind with like having estimates booked and being up to date, we were essentially able to add just under 200,000 of extra work that we've quoted, which in the past it was almost rare, to be honest with you. I know at the start of the course, I wanted to reach the 500,000 sale mark, and I think that's more than doable. Now I'm just thinking more about like the million mark. The program, it's been a game changer, an eye opener, and definitely I think the one-on-one with the team definitely gave me the confidence to really see this from a different perspective rather than being comfortable. You guys kind of like made me get out of my shell and do this, do that. I think it's a lot more personalized for your business, and just having the one-on-one support, like the weekly check-ins, someone that you actually have to kind of answer to. I feel like that is huge. I mean, personally, I've done other courses in the past where, some courses were good. They gave me good information, but they were never as in depth as your course. Like from the script to setting up the creatives to using certain creatives. It was just of like a better understanding of how much really goes into launching the ad itself, right? It's not just a nice pretty video and an offer. I think there's a lot more to it. Just having that knowledge or the background that you guys have and having access to that, I feel like that kind of like really was the difference. I feel like I have a lot more control, because having or being blessed enough to have reoccurring projects, there may be a time where I lose these projects. Somebody may outbid me, and I can't really depend on the commercial accounts too much. So just having the control of being able to know how to launch an ad, being able how to target certain people, or just having control of the lead generation itself, I feel like that's just enough for me to have control over my business. And really, it comes down to like, if I'm lazy and I don't produce and I don't perform, that's on me. But you guys have definitely given me that control to feel a lot more comfortable and sure of myself that I can definitely find more clients, and we can definitely do this on our own. Be honest with you, if somebody was on the fence, man, take it from me, I definitely was on the fence at first. It is definitely not a cheap course, but 110% you guys get a lot more than just learning how to generate your own leads. I mean, any questions about sales, any questions about, how can I perfect, how can I seem a little more professional on the visits, on the estimates. I think every question that I asked, even if it wasn't, lead generated questions or lead generation questions, you guys were on top of them. And I feel like you guys do a lot more in this course and just teach people how to find their own leads. And I think for me, like the sales aspect, the sales questions that I had, it definitely made me become a little bit more persistent in my sales system. So definitely I learned a little bit about sales with you guys as well.